Hello my dear students, hope you're doing well. So in this video we are going to talk about some general notes about our lesson, the sets. But first let's remind ourselves of the operations on sets that we talked about yesterday. So first we have the intersection between two sets. So what do we mean by the intersection between two sets? If we have a set A and a set B, so the intersection between these two sets is the common elements between the set A and the set B. So it's the area shaded in red. So this area, it's called the A intersecting B, or the common elements between the sets A and B. The second one was the union between two sets. So what do we mean by the union? If I have a set A and we have a set B, so in the union, we have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of the set B, regardless whether they are common between A and B or not. So all the elements of A and all the elements of B, these are the elements in A union B. So this is the area of A union B. All the circle of A and all the circle of B. The last one was the complement of a set. The complement of a set. For example, if we have a set E and A is a subset of E. What do we mean by subset? It's a part of the set E. We said that A complement, it's the area that is outside A but it's inside E. So it's all the elements that belongs to E but they are not in A. So this is A complement. So كل شيء برات السيركل A بس جوا ال E it's called the A complement. هي الكومبلمنت لها يعني بتكملها لهيدي الست. So this is A complement. Okay, so now let's start with the general rules. So first we have the complement of the empty set. And the complement, it's the opposite of the set. All the elements that are not in the set. So the opposite of the set that contains no elements is the set that contains all the elements. يعني عكسها للست اللي ما بقلبها ولا element هي الست اللي بقلبها كل ال elements. So it's the set E. It's the largest set in our exercise حسب هو شو عطينا ال E. So هلا كمان complement of the set E. The opposite of the set E. E is the set that contains all the elements. So its opposite is the set that contains no elements. So it's the empty set. Now if we have A bar intersection A. Okay, I will clarify it by a drawing. So supposedly we have this set E and we have this set is A. So A bar, it's everything inside E but it's outside A. So this is A bar. So we need A bar intersection A. So when we talk about the intersection, we have to know the common elements between A bar and A. So as you notice in the drawing, there is no common elements between A bar and A. So A, it's the area that I will shade in green. However, A bar, it's the area shaded in pink. So there's no intersection between them. There's no common between them. So it's equal to phi, the empty set. Now, let's move to the fourth one. If we have A bar union A, let's remind ourselves about union. If we have union, we have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of the set A bar. So supposedly we have this is the set E and we have this is the set A. As we said before, this is A bar, and he outside A, this is A bar. So if I want to take all the elements of A bar, the outside area, union, يعني I have to take also the elements of A, so A bar and A together. Also, we have to take all the elements of A. As we notice, we taken all the elements in A bar and in A, so it means that we taken all the elements of the bigger set, which is E. So A bar union A, it's equal to the set E. Now, if we have A intersection the empty set, this set is an empty one. So it has no common elements with A, so it remains the empty set. However, if we have A union the empty set, union يعني we have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of phi. So if we take in all the elements of A, with the elements of phi. Phi, it contains no elements, so it means that we've taken only the elements of A, so it's equal to the set A. Okay, so now let's apply a direct application about the general rules. Supposedly we have the set E, it contains the numbers from 1 to 6. This is 5 and this is 6. Then we have the set A, it's a subset of E, it contains the numbers 1, 3, and 5. And we have to find phi bar. We have to find the set E bar, A bar, A bar union A bar intersecting A intersecting phi, and A union the set phi. So first let's start with phi bar. Okay, so as we know the phi, it's the empty set, it contains no elements. لما نقول phi bar or the complement of phi, يعني we need all the elements in E that are not in phi. So as we notice, 1 is in E but it's not in phi, so we have to write it in phi bar. 2 is in E, it's not in phi, so we have to write it كمان 3 4 5 and 6. So as we notice, phi bar it's equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's the same set as the set E, so that's why we said in phi bar it's equal to the set E. Okay, now we have E bar. So we have E, it's the set 1 2 3 4 5 6. When we say E bar, yani we have to look all the elements in E that are not in the set E. Look, 1 is existed here and it's existed here. 2 كمان as well, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So all the elements in E, in the bigger set, is existed in the set E. So there is no elements that are missing. So it's the empty set which is equal to phi. Now we have A bar. A bar, we have A, it's equal to 1, 3, 5. So A bar, we have to look all the elements at E that are not in A. So we have 1, it's common between them, so we shouldn't write it. 2 is in E, but it's not in A, so we have to write 2. 3 is existed in A, so we shouldn't write it. 4 is not in A, so we should write it. 5 is common, so 6 is not in A, so we should write it. So A bar, it's equal to 2, 4, and 6. Now let's continue. Now we have the set A was 1, 3, 5. And we have A bar, it's equal to 4, 2, 4, 6. Now we have to find A intersection A bar. When we say intersection, it means that we have to find the common elements between A and A bar. So if we look at A and A bar, 1 is not common, 3 is not, and 5 is not common between them. So there is no common elements between them, so we leave it as an empty set or the set phi. So this is A intersecting A bar. Now we have A union A bar. What do we mean by union? It means that we have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of A bar. So all the elements of A are 1, 3, 5. The elements of A bar are 2, 4, 6. We can arrange them, the numbers. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's the same set as E. So that's why we said A union A bar, it gives us the set E. Now we have to find A intersecting the set phi. So this is A, it's 1, 2, 3. The set phi, it's the empty set. Intersection, it means we need the common between A and phi. So as we notice, 1 is not common between them, 3 and 5 are not common, so we leave it as an empty set, which is equal to the set phi. Now we need A union the set phi. It means that we have to take all the elements of A and all the elements of phi. So all the elements of A are 1, 3, and 5. For phi, we have no elements, so we shouldn't write anything. So it's equal to 1, 3, 5. So 1, 3, 5, it's the same as the set A. So that's why we said in A union phi, it's equal to the set A. Okay, so now let's move to another section, which is the intersection and union of sets of numbers. So let me remind you about the sets of numbers we've already seen. We have the set N is the smallest set. Then we have the set Z. Then we have the set Q. And finally, we have the set R. Okay, so the easiest way to explain this is if we have union, we take the bigger set. Take the bigger set. If we have intersection, we have to take the smaller set. Okay, let me give you an example. If we have the set N intersecting the set Q. So this is N and Q. So as we notice, N is smaller than Q. In the case of intersection, we take the small set. So it's equal to the set N. If we have N union the set R. So look, N union the set R. In the case of union, we take the bigger set. So N union R, it's equal to the set R. Also, if we have Z intersecting the set R. In the case of intersection, we take the smaller set. So Z, this is Z, intersecting the set R, the common area between them, it's equal to the set Z, which is the smallest set. Now, if we have Z union the set Q. So this is Z and Q is bigger than the set Z. So it's equal to the set Q. Okay, so now we have to pay attention for a small thing. Let me draw the circles again. If we have N, Z, then we have Q, then we have the set R. For example, if we have, in the case of the star symbol, the star, it means that 0 is excluded from the set. If we have N star intersecting, let's say, the set Z. Okay, so in this case, we said that we have to take the smaller set, which is the set N. However, we have to pay attention to the star symbol. In the case of intersection, we said we need the common elements between N star and Z. Let's see, we have an issue with the star. In the first one, N star 0 does not belong to the set N star. It's not an N star. However, in the second one, in Z, 0 belongs to Z. So 0 is not a common element between N star and Z. That's why in the answer we have to cancel the 0. So we have to put a star here. So N star, since 0 is not common between N star and Z, and we need the intersection between them. Let us take another example. If we have Z intersecting Q star. So خلينا نشوف هون Q star in this case. Z intersecting Q. So Z is a smaller set than Q, so we take Z. However, here 0 belongs to Z. It's found in Z. However, 0 does not belong to Q star. So 0 is not a common element between Z and the Q star. That's why we have to cancel the 0 and we put a star. So it's equal to Z star. Let us take an example about the union in this case. Come in and we'll draw it again. Here we have Z, then Q. Oops. Let me remove this. Okay. And now we have the set R. Let's consider we have the set N union Z star. In the union, remind yourself, we have to take the bigger set. This is first, so N union Z, we have to take the set Z. Type, let's see if we have to put a star or not. In the union, we have to take all the elements in N and all the elements of N star. In N, we have 0. 0 belongs to N, so we should take it in the answer. And now we have to take all the elements in N and all the elements in Z star. In this case, we have to take 0 لأنه في عندي union. So هون there's no need to put a star لأنه we have to take 0 in the union. Since 0, it's an element in N. So in the case of union and a 1 star ما بنحط على الستار. بس إذا عندي intersection مع star بدي أخذ على الستار. I will give you another example. Let's say we have a Q star union N, for example. So Q is a larger set than N, so we put Q in the union. Here, 0 is not an element of Q star. هي مش موجودة بالQ star بس هي موجودة وين بالN. 0 belongs to N. So that's why we have to take all the elements in Q star and all the elements in N. Since we have to take all the elements of N, يعني 0 بدي أخدها كمان. So that's why we don't put a star in the answer. Okay.